You know those times in the day when you can't fit in a full podcast? Running out to the store, walking the dog, or washing the dishes? Jam is the new way to listen when you have just enough time for the perfect short audio playlist. Get started at listentojam.com/podcast and get your daily Jam playlist filled with more voices in less time. With Jam, you can choose from news, parenting tips, wellness advice, and more. Go to listentojam.com/podcast and satisfy your curiosity with short audio. Discover something new every day.
It only happens once a year. JCPenney's cyber deals are back in store and at jcp.com. Through Wednesday, fill your cart with deals like Yes Please diamonds and gemstones, now $19.99 each. Or use your coupon inside the JCP app to save up to 50% on small appliances and cookware from top brands like Keurig, Cuisinart, Calphalon, and more. We got your holiday. JCPenney offers good on select items through 11/30. Exclusions apply. Jewelry excluded from coupons. See store or jcp.com for details.
Holiday season is officially here, and you know what that means. The Christmas trees are coming out to play. Mariah Carey's holiday album is on repeat, and Sweaty Studio Holiday Hustle Pilates Challenge starts on Monday, December 5th through December 31st. This challenge is 4 weeks long and will help you get a stronger mind and body, improve your flexibility, boost your mood and confidence, and you'll get the satisfaction of hitting your goals and improving your relationship towards your body. The Holiday Hustle Pilates Challenge is perfect for literally all fitness levels, so if you're new to Pilates or you're advanced, this challenge is for you. I don't want you to miss out, so make sure you go to sweatystudio.com/challenge to book your spot in our challenge today. Can't wait to see you there and get sweaty. Hello, and welcome to the Healthy Be Human podcast. My name is Callie. I'm your podcast host, and I'm so freaking excited that you are here today listening to today's episode. I have so much goodness today for you, all about body image and how to beat burnout and feel motivated again. So I cannot wait to get into our topic. But before we get started, I always begin the episodes off with a self check-in. So think of the self check-in like a moment to just press pause on your busy day and just become present with yourself and just check in and see how you're doing. So before we get started with our topic, I want you to just take a nice deep breath in wherever you are. If you're listening in the car, at work, walking, just inhale, fill up your lungs with all that goodness, all that confidence, and just hold this at the top. On your exhale, opening your mouth, sighing out, releasing any self-doubt, any anxiety, limiting beliefs, just let it go. And then I want you to ask yourself, how am I feeling today? Answering with zero judgment, just acknowledging how you're feeling. Maybe something happened, maybe nothing happened. Just becoming present with the emotion in your body. And now I want you to ask yourself, what is one thing I can do today to make my day 10% better? Maybe your day is already going amazing, but even if it is or not, what is just something you can do today to become a little bit happier, a little bit better version of you, just anything. And now I want you to ask yourself, have I drank water in the past 30 minutes? If you haven't, I want you to go ahead and grab onto a nice, fresh, juicy glass of water and take a sip and then press play again. And now I want you to ask yourself, have I stood up in the past 60 minutes? If you haven't, go ahead, stand up, shake out those legs, shake out your arms, and then hit resume. And now I want you to ask yourself, have I told myself a compliment in the past hour? If you haven't, I want you right now, before we continue, to tell yourself one thing that you love about you, inside or out. And now I want you to ask yourself, what is something that the younger version of me would be proud of that I've accomplished so far in my life? It's always really good to reflect and to think about how far we've come, especially as the year comes to a close. Reflection is just, it's so important, because sometimes we don't take a step back and see our accomplishments and truly how amazing we're doing in our life. And finally, I want you right now to just give yourself a hug wherever you are. Maybe it feels weird. Just squeeze yourself with so much love and tell yourself, I love me. It's really important to show ourselves lots of love, especially during the holidays. I don't know about you, but after Thanksgiving, I'm feeling like extremely emotionally and physically just absolutely drained. Last week I was I was recording this podcast from my house in Pittsburgh with my fam, and there were like 8 people there, I think. 12 living species, including our pets. So there was a lot of chaos happening in the house. And as much as I love spending time with my family, I definitely left feeling extremely just exhausted all around from just all the conversations, all of just feeling like everyone's on top of each other. You know what's happening. You know what happens during the holidays. So I'm currently on a road trip. I've been on a road trip for like a month now. I feel like every week I'm like, I'm on my road trip again. But you guys, it is the final stretch of my road trip. I'm currently 4 hours and 52 minutes away from Florida. I'm literally so freaking excited. I'm going back to Florida. We're moving back. And if you hear any car noise in the background, that's why. I'm in the car recording this as we speak. So you're in real time on the road trip right now. You're part of it. And I'm really excited because I've been feeling a lot of just ungroundedness, feeling like I need to put my roots back in the ground and find some stability in my life again. So I've definitely been feeling a lot of just, I don't even know what it would be. Just like this very chaotic energy for the past month of just traveling everywhere. So I'm really pumped for some stability in my life. And I also am feeling very just like burnt out from the holidays. I feel like I was saying a thought and then completely jumped into the fact that I was on a road trip. But point is that I've been feeling just a lot of, I guess, just burnt out and lack of motivation during the holiday season, because there's just so much happening. Like, we're with our family so much, or we're going to all these holiday parties, or maybe the holidays are a tough time for us and we feel really alone. I remember last Christmas, I was alone. I had COVID on Christmas and it was really, really tough emotionally for me. And also I was fighting freaking COVID, so I was extremely exhausted. So anyways, no matter wherever you are in your life right now, if you're feeling just overwhelmed, burnt out, struggling with motivation, this episode, it is going to be for you. I always do a self check-in on my Instagram every Monday. If you don't follow me, it's I'm sweaty and I know it. And I was looking at what you guys are struggling with, and literally, I swear, every single person was like, I'm struggling with body image or I'm burnt out. So I was like, you know what? This episode today is going to be a nice little combination of the two topics, because honestly, I feel like they kind of go hand in hand. Whenever I'm feeling burnt out, I feel like every single aspect of my life feels negative, because when you're burnt out, it's just like a negative feeling all around. I feel like we're lacking energy physically and our mind just feels like a muddled disaster. So I feel like it'll be really fun to combine the two topics. But before we get into our topic today, I want to just quickly share a little shout out for Sweaty Studio. That is my online Pilates studio and app I created almost a year ago, which is insane. But basically, it's a studio that is an empowering Pilates studio where I have feel-good workouts that blend affirmations with low-impact movement to leave you feeling like your best self inside and out. So I'm so excited because on Monday, December the 5th, we're going to have our December Pilates challenge officially starting. It's called the Holiday Hustle Pilates Challenge. And basically what it is you're going to have 4 different Pilates workouts to complete each week. I feel like the number 4 is like the perfect amount, because if you need to take your rest days and you need to have like a day where you literally have no time at all to work out, 4 is perfect, because that means you have 3 days to do whatever you want that's not Pilates. So I feel like it's a very doable challenge, and I'll be doing it with you as well. And then also we have goal prompts for each week. So there's gonna be a goal prompt that you're gonna basically have a guide that you can download in the resources tab of the challenge. And under each week is a different question to reflect on, to think about. And it's just a really good way to end the year on a strong note and really show up for yourself and just fill your cup, especially during a time of our lives when the holidays just, oh my gosh, there's so much in a great way and also in an exhausting way. So definitely go sign up for that challenge. I'll put the sign up link below in the show notes. I cannot wait for you guys to join me again for this month. The monthly challenges are seriously like my favorite thing ever. And I did the one last month with you guys, and I literally felt like I was just so much more on top of my workout game. And it was just a really great way to start the day. So go sign up and I'll see you on the mat. Okay, so topic this week is body image and burnout. And I want to start off with burnout because I think burnout leads into body image, as I can't even talk right now, as I previously said. So I want to give you 5 tips for each thing. 5 tips for burnout, 5 tips for body image. So let's just start with burnout. Okay, what even is burnout? How does it even happen? So I think that burnout, it starts off, no one wants to have burnout. No one intends for anything to lead into burnout. I'm the queen of burnout. I always get burnt out and I'm not proud of it. And I'm constantly working on how to not be burnt out. I remember in figure skating, when I used to be a competitive figure skater, if you haven't listened to my podcast before, and I would constantly find myself having to sit on the sidelines of the rink because I was injured from overuse injuries. And overuse injuries are the result of basically physical burnout. Our muscles cannot handle constantly training them with no breaks. So I always found myself having the physical repercussions of burnout and not taking breaks. And so basically, what is burnout? Burnout is when you do not give yourself enough breaks and you just are constantly go, doing so much, not allowing yourself to replenish your energy. And as a result, you kind of crash and burn. And that's what the burnout feeling is. You're just like, oh my gosh, there's no energy left inside of me. I am exhausted. And no one intends for this to happen, as I said. I think it starts a lot when you're super hyper motivated and you're so pumped about something and you're all in, and then you end up just exhausted and that energy just eventually fizzles out and you're just left with like nothing inside. I think that school's a great example of this, for me at least. When I was in college, I would always start my semester so strong. I was like hyper organized. I was so excited to have my cute planner and study with my friends and all that stuff. And then by the end of the semester, I was a disaster. Like, my planner was basically just blank. I felt like my head was running with 1,000 things at once. I was missing deadlines. I was just always crying. I felt like crying was basically just my constant theme. I feel like end of every semester. And by the time I was done with the semester, I would sleep for like a week after and I would not want to do anything. And I feel like time and time again, I've tried to figure out, how do I fix burnout and how do I combat it? And it's just literally 2 words, you guys, 2 words. And it's do less. I know you're like, but Callie, I literally don't know how to do less during the holidays because I have finals. I have so many work deadlines. My family is asking me to do a million things for them. Friends inviting me to so many social parties. It's a lot. So how on earth do I do less? And I have to say, from trial and error, doing less, it's possible. It's possible in any time of your life, and it all just comes with taking boundaries for yourself. So here are 5 ways you can do less and combat burnout this season. Number 1 is one of my favorite things ever. It's a dump list. When I'm burnt out, I typically find myself having a little combo with anxiety. I feel like my mind has probably 1,000 racing thoughts inside of it, and it's like that overwhelm combined with lack of motivation just is a perfect combo for burnout. So instead of letting those thoughts race in your mind 24/7, I 10 out of 10 recommend that you write them down on a piece of paper. I've definitely shared this idea before on my podcast, and I practice it all the time. Just write every single thing down, no matter how crazy, how small it feels. Dump every single thing on your mind onto paper. And then I want you to take a step back, just go do something, and then come back to the piece of paper. And I want you to look at what is on the piece of paper. And now I want you to circle the things that are high priority. Some things on our minds are just fluff items. I find myself, as an entrepreneur, I tend to fill my days up with so much fluff. And then when I'm actually pressed on time and I don't have 8 hours in my day to work, I just, all of a sudden, all the fluff goes away and I'm like, I have to do the stuff that are going to make the moves in my business. So I'm going to do the high priority things. So figure out what is high priority. Maybe there's an essay that you have due that you have to do. Circle that. And then maybe texting a friend back immediately is not quite the highest priority thing ever. So push that off for a day or a few hours. You know what I mean. And next, the second item on the list is sleep. You've probably heard this 50,000 times, but I can't even begin. Burnout is just, it's so much less aggressive whenever you are well rested. And I know sometimes you have so many things on your plate and you feel like there's no time to do anything for yourself. But I promise all of those things can wait. When you have a full cup, when you're energized, when you're taking care of yourself, every single thing on your high priority list that's pressing for your time and attention, it will be executed so much more effectively and high quality when you're making sure you're taking care of yourself first and foremost. So I promise you can get a full 8 hours of sleep. What are those things in your life that are taking up your sleep? I know for me, for a fact, I'm obsessed with watching The Office every night. So if I am binging The Office for 2 hours and I end up going to bed at like midnight and then want to wake up at like 6 or 7, if I had just watched one episode of The Office and not watched like 4, I would have already gotten so much more sleep and it would have set my next day up for so much more success. Another thing that helps me with sleep is I've been actually taking the happy, healthy, hippie, namaste in bed sleep things. I did an ad on this, like I think it was like a month ago or a couple weeks ago, and this is not even an ad right now, but I continue to use these in my day-to-day life and I'm literally obsessed with them. Like I used to take CBD whenever I would go to sleep and it helped a lot with my anxious thoughts, and I haven't taken CBD in a while, but I've been actually taking the happy healthy hippie instead, and I think they have L-theanine in them, which is really helpful for relaxing you. So I've been doing that and I've been really obsessed. So that's been really helpful. And then also deep breathing before bed is really key to success too, because it slows down your thoughts, it slows down your heart. Or not your heart. Yeah, it can slow down your heart. If you have a really anxious, racing mind, it can make your heart beat really fast. So deep breathing is really awesome as well. I love a breath technique called box breathing. It's where you inhale for 4 counts and then you hold for 4 counts and then you exhale for 4 counts and then you hold again for 4 counts. That's a really great breath technique that I'm also super obsessed with as well. One thing that's been tough in the world of adulting is finding high quality and affordable groceries in one place. I spent way too many hours bouncing from one grocery store to the next, trying to get everything I need with literally no success. Thanks to Thrive Market, I can find all my niche healthy pantry essentials like lesser evils, no cheese cheesiness paleo puffs, to sustainable meat and my non-toxic home goods. When you buy from Thrive Market, you can get 30% off the best groceries and it's delivered right to your door, which is such a vibe during the chaotic holiday season because you can skip all those overwhelming lines and crowded parking lots, and you can use their fast and free carbon neutral shipping. I just ordered some of their holiday pine scented candles from Thrive Market and I'm literally so excited to make my house a vibe this holiday season. Plus their app and website are super user friendly and it makes it quick and easy to find the foods that fit your needs. Like I'm very dairy sensitive and it's cool because you can filter by 90 plus values and lifestyles so you find exactly what works for you. Get convenient, high quality, affordable groceries delivered with Thrive Market. Join Thrive Market today and get 30% off your first order plus a free $60 gift. That's THRIVE market.com/Callie for 30% off your first order plus a free $60 gift. THRIVE market.com/Callie. Breakfast has always hands down been my favorite meal, especially when pancakes and waffles are part of it. But something I don't love is when I crash an hour later after the sugar wears off. Definitely not a vibe. So when I tried Otherworld's plant-based baking mixes that are chef-crafted and made with hidden fruits and veggies and have no added sugar, I was literally obsessed. I'm currently very much into cooking their banana chocolate chip mix. It gives me like banana bread vibes meets pancake energy, if you know what I mean. All you have to do is just add water to the mix and voila, it's ready to hit the griddle. I'm so pumped because later today I'm actually going to make my entire family their double chocolate brownie mix for dessert. And you know me, I just love chocolate so much. So I'm mega pumped. I also love that Otherworld uses upcycled ingredients in their mixes to help tackle food waste while keeping things tasting amazing. From now until December 31st, Otherworld is offering my listeners an exclusive discount of 25% off. Head to eatotherworld.com and use my code Callie at checkout. That's code CALLIE at eatotherworld.com to get the best deal of the year. For all my self-care loving girlies out there, I found the perfect thing to take your self-care Sundays up a notch. It has literally taken my detox and circulation to the next level. Higher Doses infrared sauna blanket detoxifies the body and mind with a healthy sweat that boosts your mood, making your skin glow while calming your central nervous system. And it's portable and easy to use, which is literally amazing. Okay, picture this. You lay out your new blanket on a heat-resistant surface and plug it into the wall. Next, you turn it up to your desired warmth and you crawl on in. For the next 30 to 50 minutes, all of your stress melts away as you soak in your self-care day and take care of yourself. Also, I would have like candles lit and spa music playing and maybe meditation, and it'd be like the perfect day ever. If you live somewhere cold and you need to escape the freeze, you will thank me for this one. Higher Dose has a 30-day money-back guarantee and offers payment plans starting as low as $50 per month. Get your own today at higherdose.com. You can use promo code Callie at checkout to save 15% off. That's higherdose.com, promo code Callie. Or just go to higherdose.com/Callie to save 15% off. And then you already know this, but make sure that you are not on your phone before bed. I'm guilty of it as well. I find myself in phone addiction phases of my life where I go on my phone when I wake up and when I go to bed. And I seriously, my sleep quality is so much worse when I'm on my phone at night. So try so hard to be disciplined with this and to turn off your phone, put it far away where you can't reach it, and maybe grab a book instead. It literally is such a game changer for that high quality sleep. Number 3 is saying no. Be more selfish with your time. Being selfish is actually selfless when it comes to making sure that you're taking care of yourself, because if you have a full cup, like I said, you have more to give, and making sure that you're giving enough to yourself, because then the quality that you have to give to others is going to be the bar is going to be so much higher when you have a full cup. And maybe that's saying no to a party every night of the week if you're in college. Maybe that's staying in during the week and then getting that extra sleep on a Friday night and then maybe being social on Saturday. You know yourself the best. Make sure that you are prioritizing giving yourself enough and saying no to things that are not necessarily going to serve you during this busy time of your life. Number 4 is to be extra nice to yourself during this time. I know for a fact, like after the holidays, it can be easy to feel a lot of guilt. I personally kind of experienced this. I was a lot harder on myself this year about being kind. It sounds so like contrary. I was like, I'm hard on myself about being kind to myself. But I was a lot more, I guess, aware about being kind to myself during Thanksgiving, because previous years I've struggled a lot. I talked about this last week with just like eating stuff and my relationship towards food. So I really tried this year to be kind to myself when I was eating, whatever I was eating, telling myself I'm fueling my body with whatever food I'm eating, and also being kind to myself if I don't work out every single day. Life is all about balance, and balance doesn't necessarily mean that every single area of your life is the exact same. Maybe one month you are more social than you are working. Maybe one month you're doing more fitness and prioritizing your own health than you are being social with your friends. Like, I wish I could visually show this, but life, it's always moving in different, like, basically your time and energy is always different during different times of your life. I literally don't know what I'm saying right now. I hope you kind of understand what I'm trying to say. But basically find that balance and be really kind to yourself if you're not able to make your workout every single day. That's not healthy to work out 7 days a week. You gotta give yourself some breaks. I would say I work out like 4 to 5 times a week if I can. And I mean, literally last week I think I worked out like 3 times. So please just be kind to yourself no matter what season of life you're in. And also a good way to do that is to tell yourself affirmations throughout the day. So maybe if you struggle a lot with your relationship towards food while you're eating, like I said, tell yourself affirmations while you're eating the food. Like, I am nourishing myself right now. I am fueling my body with love. As you're working out, instead of picking yourself apart while you do a crunch, be like, I am so freaking strong. Look at me go. I am confident in my body's strength and abilities to move. I'm doing this for me. Those are just some examples that you can integrate into your life. Okay, number 5 is to physically slow down and be more present. When I was in New York City, I lived there for like 5 months. I found myself constantly rushing around. Every single area of my life was just moving on times 10 speed. And it was very interesting when I would actually just slow my walk pace down. I felt my entire body and energy shift. It was the craziest thing. So if you feel like you're moving 20 million miles a second, I want you to just take a step back, take a deep breath, and then move a little bit slower throughout your day to day. When you rush through life, you miss so many beautiful moments. And it's really cool to look around you when you slow down and just see the beautiful details of life, because you're never going to get this exact moment again. So really soak it in and appreciate it. And now we're going to move into how to heal your body image, especially during this time of year. So I obviously said that burnout and body image can be very correlated. And I definitely feel like this time of the year, it can be really easy to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, wow, if I'd done that workout, or if I hadn't eaten that food, or if I wasn't so busy, maybe I would look differently. I've had those exact thoughts in my brain before, and it just doesn't do you any good at all to rip yourself apart. So I have 5 tips for you to boost your body image and to feel a little bit more love towards yourself. So number 1 is, don't attach morality to food. I think I talked about this last week, but if you are eating a lot of holiday food, like I got peppermint hot chocolate from Starbucks. I love their holiday drinks. And when you consume whatever you're eating, you're like, dang, this is going to hurt my body, or oh my gosh, like this is going to make me fat. I want you to just pause and look at your self-talk. It doesn't do anyone good when you beat yourself up for eating. Eating is not bad. Food is not bad. Food is not good. Different foods serve different purposes. So if you eat, let's just say peppermint hot chocolate, yes, on paper, it does not have as many nourishing vitamins in it than, let's say, broccoli does. That doesn't mean that peppermint hot chocolate is bad for me. It is good in other, no, it's not good. It's not bad. There are things about it that are beneficial to my body. So my mind loves peppermint hot chocolate. It brings me like freaking dopamine when I drink it. I love it. It makes me happy. Like I love the flavor of whipped cream mixed with hot chocolate. It's just, oh my gosh. Like nothing compares to that flavor. So it makes me really happy, and it makes my day a little bit brighter. So why would I tell myself as I'm drinking that it's bad for me? Like that's just going to kill my vibe. So I want you this holiday to try to just ditch the morality. You literally just listen to me. I am still working on this. I was like, yeah, it's bad, good. Like it's just so common and just overused in our society, labeling foods bad or good. So I challenge you, and I challenge me to work on beating food morality and making food just be food. Having freedom with it. Number 2 is cycle syncing. If you haven't already listened to my episode all about cycle syncing, go listen to it after this episode if you're like, oh my gosh, I have to try cycle syncing. Basically, cycle syncing is when you work with your body's hormone levels during all 4 phases of your cycle. I'm not going to really go in depth about what it is right now to a T. I have a whole episode on it. But basically, what I love about cycle syncing is you feel just beyond connected to your body, and you feel so empowered, and you really understand why your body feels how it feels. And I have found that cycle syncing has significantly helped my body image, especially around the time of the month when I get my period. Like the week before, I am literally so emotional. I feel so up and down, and I also feel really bloated and extremely hungry. Before I was cycle syncing, I wasn't this aware of myself, and so I would immediately start to bash myself for feeling these different ways. I'd be like, oh my gosh, why are you so hungry? You're eating so much food. Oh my gosh, look how bloated you are. Like I was really, really mean to myself. And when I started to actually understand why my body was doing what it was doing, and I was starting to work out with my body, like I do workouts that were a little bit more chill, like the week before my period when I was lower energy, I would eat all the food that I needed and listen to my body's hunger levels and not be mean to myself, because I now realize, oh my gosh, my body's preparing for my period. I need to make sure that I'm fueled to the fullest. And it's just really empowering. So I'd recommend that as well. And then number 3 is look at your body from an external perspective. I always find it's really helpful to take a step back and imagine my body for what it is. You are not your body. Our bodies are physical, and you have a soul. So when you look at your body like, wait, my body is not actually me. I'm in my body, and my body is a temple. It is a vessel. It's a powerhouse. It's keeping my soul safe and alive. Like, you're going to start to treat your body very differently than when you are like, wait, when you think that you're your body. So a great resource to help you understand this concept is the book Power of Now. It is really cool, and it's really helpful if you find that you have a lot of just mean racing thoughts. I really love it. It's a little bit woo-woo, but you kind of just have to look past that sometimes. And just the core concept of it is that your mind is not you and your body is not you. You're your soul. And that's really, really cool when you look at life and your body from that perspective. Also, if you can just imagine right now, your best friend is looking at you, how would your best friend see you? I don't think your best friend would be ripping herself to shreds every time she sees you walk into the room. I think your best friend loves you and she'd be like, oh my gosh, you are literally beautiful. That's a good best friend right there. Also, how does God see you? God created you in his image. I don't think God is looking at you with disgust every time he sees you. So it's really cool to look at yourself differently, because sometimes when you look at yourself from an outside perspective, the perspective completely shifts. Number 4 is check in with your self-talk. I have already talked about this a lot this episode, but your self-talk genuinely dictates so much of how you're feeling every single day. You have the power to control your reality. Yes, things happen to you in your day, but you have the power to decide how you're going to respond to those things. You can be happy right now, or you can be sad right now. You can be positive, you can be negative, you can be kind to yourself, you can be mean to yourself. You have that power. So take control of it and choose to be nice to yourself, because it'll shift your perspective of reality so much in beautiful ways. And finally, eyes in your own lane, my gorgeous queen. When we take our mind and our eyes and everything off of our present moment and we look at other people, we look at their edited photos on Instagram, we look at their videos on TikTok, we look at who they're hanging out with, what they're doing, their accomplishments on LinkedIn, blah, 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 all that outside noise does absolutely no favor to us. If you're really struggling with body image, I challenge you to delete social media for 1 week. I challenge you to delete social media and to work on healing, because social media, the way you see social media is also a direct reflection of how you're seeing yourself. When you're confident and feeling good about yourself and you look at social media and it ruins your entire day, I have a theory that maybe the reason that you saw social media that way is because there is something inside of you that you haven't quite worked through yet. And then maybe if you can't delete social media all the way, I mean, I can't. I work on social media. It's just making sure that you're really, really strict with yourself when you use it. Give yourself boundaries. Set timers. 15-minute timers for Instagram. Only consume what you have to consume. Pick your 5 people you look at their social media, if you have to be on social media, and make sure they're people that make you feel really good. They're not people that you're comparing yourself to. They're promoting really positive messages. That is also really helpful when you're healing with body image. And I think going back to what I was saying about how social media is a reflection of you, it's just really cool. Like, when I've been in a really good place with my relationship towards myself, I don't see social media in such a negative light. I see it as a really cool tool for inspiration. But when I struggle with social media, I typically am really struggling with how I see myself. And there's something in my mind that is not kind. So maybe I've been talking meanly to myself, or maybe I don't know what it is. But it's really important whenever you react a certain way to look at that reaction and be like, okay, that's a reaction because I'm projecting something that hasn't been fixed inside of me. Okay. I feel like I just packed a ton of info into 30 minutes, but I really do hope that no matter how you're feeling with life right now, if you're feeling really good or really bad, I just really hope these things help you. And I want you to know that I am always here for you. I'm one DM away. So please hit me up on Instagram at I'm Sweaty and I Know It. Also, you can follow me on TikTok at I'm Sweaty and I Know It. And please, my gorgeous queen, join my December Pilates challenge at Sweaty Studio. It is literally going to be so much fun, and I know you'll have a blast. And finally, if you love this episode, leave a nice review. It helps me a ton, and it helps our podcast reach more queens around the world. On that note, I hope you have the best day ever. Keep shining, keep talking kindly to yourself, and filling your cup with extra love. Think of love for yourself right now like whipped cream on your hot chocolate. Make that whipped cream swirl as big as you possibly can. Fill up your cup with so much love, and just make sure you're taking care of yourself this week. Extra big time. All right, sending lots of love. I'll see you next week. Have the best day and stay sweaty.
It only happens once a year. JCPenney's cyber deals are back in-store and at jcp.com. Through Wednesday, fill your cart with deals like Yes Please Diamonds and Gemstones, now $19.99 each. Or use your coupon inside the JCP app to save up to 50% on small appliances and cookware from top brands like Keurig, Cuisinart, Calphalon, and more. We got your holiday. JCPenney offers good on select items through 11/30. Exclusions apply. Jewelry excluded from coupons. See store or jcp.com for details.